What's up, guys? We are back yet again with another video today. It is the day one recap of the Buccaneers training camp. Day one. Think about this. Football season is back. Bucs football is back, and it's exciting. We got new signings to talk about. We got the coach in front of the stage telling us everything, how they're going to use players, what's going to happen. So let's dive in. Let's dive into all this. There's so much stuff to talk about. And let's start with El Capitan, Todd Bowles. What do you got to say about these new signings that we have? How are they going to contribute?
Player, we got to replace Gronk's catches, so we got an extra weapon, especially in the red zone and out in the field, and we're going to put them to use. It gives us a chance to be more creative in some of the things we do, and we're happy to have them. No, they're more.
So initially, he's talking about Julio Jones,
right,
as well as Kyle Rudolph. I mean, red zone targets. But initially with Julio Jones, how do you see him talking about replacing Gronkowski with targets, with red zone targets, all the above? I mean, because that's big shoes to fill. You'll hear that later on in the actual live stream. But tell me about targets for Julio Jones.
Right. Yeah. Julio is going to come in here and just, be a valuable piece, depth piece, nothing too, over the top as far as being the guy. He's just going to be asked to, be a contributor to the offense. And he can definitely do that, whether it's, situational or red zone or, just making plays when he's called upon. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. I know coach is excited about it. And you never turn down adding good football players. So I think that's the biggest thing.
I mean, yeah, Jason Light saw an opportunity to upgrade an area, and he did it. I mean, even though that wide receiver room is loaded, I mean, look what happened last year when Antonio Brown walks off the damn field and just the injury bug hits everyone in the wide receiver room. So they don't want to strangle for someone later on. They want to get someone now. And that's more Todd Bowles kind of pushing more of that to the media.
Less good football players. The tight ends get a lot of balls because you're doubling the wide receivers, so that's a natural thing. But these two guys are good football players in their own right, whether it's in the field or in the red zone.
You needed to add a Julio Jones on the eve of training camp.
If you look at last year, we got beat up pretty good in the receiver room, and we kind of limped to the finish line at the end. So if you wait till mid-season, you're not going to get a good football player. You're going to be grabbing guys. So Jason's very smart. We're going to do the smart thing and try to get a lot of depth now, so we don't have to stumble or hit a rock on the way trying to win some ball games. And we got people that can step in that know how to play.
That's awesome. I mean, being proactive, that's Jason Light and the GM and just the front office doing what they've been doing. I mean, this is a winning culture. This is a winning team. And good players like this are wanting to come here. Kyle Rudolph and Julio Jones are two highly touted players in the NFL. And this is a hell of a destination to come to.
Right. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. It's, it's exciting to see that, adding, two players like Julio Jones and Kyle Rudolph, it just continues to build your depth of your roster. And, essentially it's, two positions that are going to be counted on to produce, especially inside the red zone, like he talked about, being creative in the formations with them. But at the end of the day, they're good football players, right? And that's what you want. You want more talent on the roster, and adding those two guys definitely going to help that. So, yeah, I mean, it's smart to be proactive before the season starts because injuries are going to happen, unfortunately.
And as we keep going down the video, I mean, you're going to hear these guys talk and their mentality and the stage of their career. They want to win. And this is the perfect scenario. I mean, Tom Brady, he's near the end of his career. These guys are like, they've gotten the money. They've gotten the stats. They've gotten notoriety. They want to win now. And this is a perfect combination because I think every Buck fan agrees with them. They want to win too. So let's break it down even more.
Absolutely. For me, it's not a money play. It's not none of that, right? It's just for me to come out here knowing my value and knowing what I have to offer, right? And like I said, the Buccaneer organization just giving me the opportunity to come here and showcase my skills and just to be a part of something new, be a part of this team. Like I said, I mean, they have everything that they need already, right? So it's just like, but you got to put the work in each and every day. Nothing is given to you. You got to come to work every day. And that's what I bring. I'm going to work every day. And that's just who I am.
All right, before Levante gets in there and talks a little bit about Julio Jones, let's first say this. Amazing to see Julio Jones with a Buccaneer flag behind him. And secondly, these guys have been in the game for so long. They know how to talk to media. You saw how long and thoughtful that was. That answer was awesome to hear. But yeah, he said himself, money's not a big play. This is about winning. This is about knowing this team has everything. And he's just wanting to add to that little bit to get us over the top to win that last final game.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, couldn't have said it better. I think he understands his situation perfectly, and like you said before, these guys are not in it for the contracts. They're in it for one thing, and that's the ultimate team goal, which we're going to hear Kyle speak on later. But you can sense it from everyone. They want to win a championship, and I think that is so great to see. And Julio is complete opposite of Antonio Brown, right? Like, I mean, just complete opposite. Great character, no nonsense. He's just gonna, go in there and do his job, whether that's blocking or catching or whatever he's got to do. He's going to be a contributor, and it seems like he wants to be a leader on this team and also a mentor as well.
And that's crazy. Man, Russell Gage already knows about Julio Jones, but Julio Jones even mentioned how he'll obviously block. He'll do anything that matters. I mean, Mike Evans may have 15 catches. He'll have 0, but it doesn't matter if they're winning the game. And that's what ultimately matters at the end of the day. Like right now, these guys don't care about, oh, write about me or GM pay me, like how you've seen all offseason, like the prima donnas wide receivers have been doing. He waits for the day before training camp. Okay, I'm good to go. Let's sign it up and let's ride. And I'm loving it. And Julio Jones is a Buccaneer. But let's hear what Levante David had to say about Julio Jones and what the addition it means to the team.
Just go to show the type of guy he is. This organization, we try to get guys who, can play good football and can fit in our locker room. And, just go to show he is a guy who fit that mold. Obviously playing him for a numerous amount of years. He's a great football player. And I still believe he got a lot left in the tank. And can't wait to get here and see what he got.
So before we talk about the expectations, yeah, Levante seems happy. He's got a guy that's ready to win too, dedicated, and eyeing the prize.
Yeah, definitely. I think they're right around the same age, and both, obviously Levante got a championship, and now Julio, wants a piece of that puzzle. So it's great to see that, he's well respected, and obviously Levante knows how good he can be and how much he can help the team. So just adding another guy like that caliber of talent, it's just going to help the guys in front of him, but also the guys behind him.
It's just loaded. I mean, we don't even have to show it every time we talk about the wide receiver room. It's nasty. Now you have 4 guys that could be top 2 in any team. It's nuts. But Levante, tell me about more expectations.
You like it? Do I like the fact that favorite? Times change, right? I remember years prior, it was never a discussion like that. Now people saying we the favorite. So I try to not get caught up in it. I just try to, make sure everybody stay level-headed and everybody's working to be the best. And then at the end of the season, we'll see where we at.
Yeah, Kyle, hold off. But tell me a little bit about expectations plus.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, Mark, how, you talk about expectations. Only a few years back, we were talking about draft. It's like, you get into
the draft, which is nuts every year.
Yeah, we were looking forward to the draft in October, and now it's yeah, exactly. Like we could be at the point where we're breaking down draft prospects year round, which we try to do, but now with this team and this roster, it's awesome to see that expectation is Super Bowl or nothing, and it's really that's their goal, all in, and it's really refreshing seeing Levante being that leader he is now and holding guys accountable to make sure it happens.
Because it's not just offense. I mean, you got to have defense. You always hear the defense wins championships, but the expectation is to get to the game and win it, not just get there. And offensively, you hear the mold. Defensively, Levante's been pounding the rock for years, just trying to win. Now this team has known how to do it. Everyone that's back there in the secondary, not to mention the secondary that they added, all have been in those big games. Now they just want to win it. Logan Ryan, he's won multiple, but Keanu O'Neal, guy like him, wants to win the big game. Why did he come here? To win the big game. But Kyle Rudolph kind of touches more on that and the reasoning why he joined the team.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me at this point, in my career and what I was looking for in terms of a team and organization, everything's about winning. The only thing I haven't done to this point is win a championship, and that's all I want to do. And it's been very evident the first 2 days here that that's the ultimate goal. Everything that we do individually or collectively as a team, collectively as an offense, is about reaching that ultimate goal. And it's been stressed numerous times. Obviously came up just short last year, but you're kind of retooling the team each year, and now we got to start from ground zero and build back up to that. You don't just get the opportunity to be back in the divisional round. You have to earn it. And so for me, coming into a culture like that, to be around that type of vibe, that's what I was looking for. And certainly the obvious other reason was the quarterback.
Common sense, right?
Yeah, but it's a great answer. I mean, it just shows that is the mindset of every player on the roster. Like, it's you gotta they want to win that championship, and obviously, Kyle was, brought in, or he brought himself here because of that. And obviously, he talked about the quarterback being a reason, and that makes a lot of sense. But just being on, past teams where that common goal is probably not preached as much as it is here. And that's really nice to see, and knowing that he's got the right mindset going into the season.
It's crazy to think that he doesn't hear that in many teams. But like we were talking earlier before we started this, this is a young man's game. They come in at 21, 25, 26. They're just looking for money. Let me get my family everything they need. Let me get my name in the lights. These guys they're older. They're on the wrong side of 30. They're looking to win. They're looking to accomplish everything they wanted to do in this game. They know there's not much left, and they're here to give it all to win the ultimate prize. And who better to beat the drum than Tom Brady telling you this is what we got to do to get there? Because I've done this multiple damn times. Y'all know who the hell I am. Let's just do this together. And it's always team, collective. They all have the awesome mindset, and I love to hear it. And I know every Buccaneer fan loves to hear it too. He's going to keep going on about the little nuances of Tom Brady as well.
In his play, I already told him last night after meetings, I'm like, when you get sick of me, just tell me. I'll give you your space. But until then, just constantly, because it's one thing to learn the offense, and that's been I feel like I'm back in college and I'm cramming for an exam, trying to learn as much as I can, go out and practice it. And now I got to go back in there and learn everything for tomorrow's practice. And it's one thing to know what your job is, but then it's another to know kind of the nuances. And yeah, the lines on the paper may say this, but here's how Tom wants it. And, today we had a couple missed opportunities. Just I've run something a certain way my whole career. And, he wants it a little bit different. And he's the first one to come over and, hit me on the head and tell me like, dude, we'll get that. Don't worry about it. Like, move.
Okay. Don't worry about it because Tom Brady knows what he wants. But touch more on that. How does Tom Brady like the ball thrown? And where's Kyle Rudolph going to have to learn to get these red zone targets?
Right. I think the biggest thing you talked about is like just being in the right spot. The play is designed a certain way, but Tom wants you, to be at this time or at this point on the field at a certain time. So a lot of timing goes into it, repetition. And Kyle talks about, I'm just going to have to continue to work at it and learn those little things that make up, the big plays. And so seeing that, it shows that, he's ready to put in the work, and, Tom's going to help him in any way possible to make sure they're on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Rudolph is just one addition, but as a whole, I mean, I've seen some, I guess, memes or stuff of the Bucs roster. I mean, Tom Brady quarterback, Lenny Fournette running back. You have Evans, Julio Jones, Chris Godwin, Russell Gage on the outside, and then Kyle Rudolph is your tight end. It's a video game. It's an all Madden team, and I'm not mad. I guarantee the rest of the NFL is mad, but as a Buccaneer fan, you're saying offense, do your damn thing, because they should maybe slow you down at times, but we should never see a Saints game at home like it was last year. With what you have right now, the experience, the motivation, everything, this is up to the coaches to draw it up correctly, because players can only do so much. They're doing what they're being told to do. Draw it up. Let's go win some games. And you know what? Kyle, let me know. What should the Bucs do to ultimately win games?
Move the chains, score points, win games.
Is it that easy, Plus? Is it that easy?
It's that simple, guys. And again, we're going to try to do more of this type of content, throughout training camp. Again, this is just a little review of day one. Take away the key points from the press conferences and put it into a little video for you all. So, again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. With that said, be sure to give us a like, comment your thoughts down below. Are you excited for the season? We definitely are, for sure. And with that said, until the next one.